Welcome back to Masculine Scrapping. I'm going to work on a page today that was part of the road trip back from North Carolina in June of 2021. One of the things I really enjoy doing is seeing presidential libraries and homes and birthplaces. And so on this trip, we were able to stop at the Andrew Jackson Hermitage. And again, I would encourage you to take some time to visit this place. They do a respectful job of talking about some of the harder parts of history in America around slavery here, and so I'd encourage you to explore that. I will explain a little bit more in another video with another spread. For this page, I worked off of the color of this brochure. By the way, I will not stick this to the spread. It will go on the outside of the plastic page protector so it can be opened to be read. But you can see the backgrounds are based off of these colors here. Now, interesting enough, see I've got a little bit of red over here. That's to match this patch that I got at the store. And there's a little bit of reds in some of that as well. And then you see the brown strip here catching the browns from those pictures as well. If you can try and match the backgrounds with the colors in the pictures or the ephemera, it's going to tie together a little bit easier. I did choose to use white border on my photograph. So this is a photograph here, and I did a white border. This is my photograph, white border. Interesting enough, we're not allowed to take pictures inside. This is a postcard. And so that is why we have the white border. Now sometimes I will cut the borders off the postcard, but I thought it would kind of tie it nicely together because I've got this white border around this. This, by the way, is the bottom part of what this came on, but I just thought it was another nice way to, you can see I paid $1.99 for that, to show where this place is at. So let's get putting it together. We'll start by putting on the borders, and you can see I did use torn border. Well, actually, I think I want to use that side. I don't know if you can see this, but that side's pretty clear. On this side, you can see a little bit of the white. So I want the white to show out, so I'm going to use this side. And I like to use borders. It helps to keep the contents contained to the page. When you don't have a border, it looks like they could just slide right off. Again, this brochure is not going on, but I am going to place this back piece here. That'll help me know where to stick it on the plastic page protector. So that's going to have to go there. And I'm just going to look here to see quickly where I want these photos to be. See, I think I'm going to square it along here and along here, and then when I put this page together, I'll make sure that it's lining up. So I'll put this photograph down first. And I have my extra piece of cut old photograph that I will use to press down. I know I say this in every video, but I think it's important. You don't want your fingerprints on these pictures. It doesn't help them to look good, and sometimes if you use other methods to push them down, you can end up scratching the photograph. So now I'm just going to make sure that that's lining up with that. Okay, and I'm using the back of my hand to push that down. That helps from getting any perspiration or sweat from your hand onto the cardboard that can wrinkle or stain sometimes. And we'll line that up across the top and then align it with this photograph there. Alright, feel pretty good about that. Alright, so that side is done. I'm going to pull this here and we'll line these up, and then I want to get these photographs. These postcards are a little smaller, so I think I'm going to go there. That brings this over a little more. I'll align that there. I cut this with one of the Creative Memories circle cutters. I could have also done it with a Cricut machine, but I didn't have any other projects running for this on the Cricut machine, and so I decided I would just do it this way. So I'm going to put this down first. Again, this item's a little heavier, so I'm going to put, well, if I can. Sometimes it won't stick. This has got a kind of a waxy background, so I'm going to put quite a bit of tape right onto the matting, the border of that, and then I'm just going to press really hard. Yep, there we go. It is stuck. So the tape won't stick to this badge. Oh, what is that thing called? Can't think of the name of it. But it's made out of cloth. It's for putting onto clothes, and so it won't stick to the back of that, but it's stuck nicely to the paper. And I'm going to put that on last, and I'm going to put this picture on first because that'll help us then make sure we have everything else centered. So I'm going to put it in between here at about the same distance and stick it down. Because this isn't a photograph, I'm less worried about touching it with my fingers. And I just realized I forgot to put this edge on. This is actually washi tape that I stuck on here. And you can see how I folded over the back so that it would have a nice clear edge. I don't use washi tape very much, mostly because most of it is really kind of feminine kind of stuff, and I'm working on masculine scrapbooks, and of course I'm using a background paper here that is very floral, but I think that it matches the colors and kind of the wallpapers that we saw in the house. Okay, so now that that's down, I will put this piece down. I'm going to see if I can peel off these price things. Yeah, I just don't want to tear this, so I'm doing it carefully. If I find that it's getting hard, I'll use this tool and just push on it a bit, and it will help. There we go. Okay, it mostly came off. So I did not want to do that earlier because it leaves a little bit of sticky residue, and I didn't want it to stick to the project before I was ready for it. Okay, I'm going to bring that close and center it. There we go. And now this postcard. And we want this postcard to kind of be aligned with that. And I'm also aligning it there. And now we will stick down this. I'm just going to be really careful again because this is a heavy piece. I'm going to put quite a bit of tape on it. And then we will make sure that it's centered. And there we go. All right, so the Andrew Jackson Hermitage in, where is this? It is in Nashville, Tennessee. And so you can see quite an extensive site, and very well worth looking at your time and understanding part of the history of America. So there we go. Andrew Jackson Hermitage, thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed this. Would love to be seeing your projects. Take care.